Hey, girl.
Hey, child.
And hello, Sips.
How y'all doing? What up?
What's up? What's crackalackin'? Oh, I haven't said that in a long
Crack-a-lackin'.
time. What's
Crack-a-lackin'.
crackalackin'? I used to use that in middle school all the time. What's crackalackin'?
Is it cracking or is it lacking?
Well, that's what I was trying to find out.
Crack or lacking.
Yes.
I get it. I never got that saying until right now.
What's up or what's down? You know?
What's up or what's down?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what's down. My portfolio.
Oh, no. Oh, same. Same. Ugh. But today, we're going to talk about.
We're talking about exes.
Okay.
We're talking about exes, and more specifically, your friends' exes,
Yeah.
and whether or not it is okay to fool around, date, talk to your friends' exes.
Oh,
Welcome to. Do you want to do what? Let's get involved. Conversippin. I think they get it.
we're going straight up to fooling around, too. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like there are many compartments,
Oh,
but I think overarching.
And we about to explore every
Well, yeah,
compartment.
for real. But I think the overarching question is it okay to fool around, date, whatever, to your friends, close friends?
Alright, I'm ready to unpack that. But first, let's have a little sip of this wine. I think we've had Simply Naked before. But have we had the Chardonnay? Was it the Chardonnay that we had?
No, Pinot Grigio.
Okay.
So today-
Simply Naked. And I'm not naked because I am celebrating being gay with my thoughts.
I have trans flags
Ooh, love that.
for the second half of the month. Oh, okay, something's on it.
Someone got something on it.
Oh, I think I burnt it.
See, this is why you shouldn't smoke, kids. I can't even talk.
Oh, for real?
I haven't even drank anything.
I think I burned them
Also
twice.
haven't eaten.
I had a sub today. Tuna.
Wait, not from the Subway.
Yeah, from Subway.
Okay, so first, before we get into our unpacking, I like this wine. It's good. Try it. They just came out with the official study today about the tuna. And
Did they?
No tuna detected in Sunday tuna.
Now, okay, so what was interesting about that is that there was this class action lawsuit brought against Subway for this tuna and the apparent lack of tuna in it. But they only named, so the class action lawsuit is only for this California, some city in California. So it's not nationwide.
Okay.
Which begs the question: do all Subways source the tuna from the same place?
Interesting.
I mean, all of the Subways that I've gone to in North Carolina all have the same tuna taste.
They do.
I have not, however, had Subway anywhere else outside of North Carolina.
I've had it in South Carolina, but that's it. But that's. Oh no, I had it in Virginia.
It was definitely an F there.
I know. I can't.
Virginia.
I can't say it without an F. Just like vagina.
Where you from, Virginia?
But I tried so much.
That's okay. Like vagina.
Vagina. Okay. But yeah, so that study came out. I didn't read the study. I just kind of briefed it, but
I didn't know it came out. I'm gonna go look it up.
yeah, for sure.
I'm definitely gonna look into it.
All right, so let's talk about this. So how close of friends are we to these people that we're talking about today? Are we like close? We've known you.
Oh, right, because as you all know, this is this is related to something that I've heard from one of my own friend groups. Every topic that I bring to you is it stems from somebody that I know that has gone through the situation. So they are close.
Okay.
I would argue best friends.
Oh, okay. So best friends.
Best friends.
So best friends. So let's start with this simple question.
Simple question: is it okay? Yes or no?
The simple question with a simple answer.
I say yes.
I say yes too. And let me tell you why I say yes. Okay. So I am the type of person, like, I would never want to hold anybody back from true love. If I was with someone it didn't work out, there's a reason why it didn't work out, and I should never want to go back to that person if we broke up.
Right.
If I wanted to fight for it, I should have stayed and fight, and it should have, went on.
Right.
But if we broke up and I'm done with that person, like, all out for you. There you go.
I mean, like the same vein. Like, as soon as we're done, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you how strong my cutoff game is. Like, I would no longer care. You can talk to anybody. I would not care. And I can't say that I would even recognize you if I saw you in person again. That's how strong my cutoff game is.
Well, okay, so let's put some factors into it, right? So you were with this person for like 3 years, and you built something, and they cheated on you.
Done.
Yes, but then your friend wants to get with them.
Right. I do it. But they ain't loyal
Yes,
because they cheated on me.
correct.
So you should also expect for them to cheat on you. Right.
But so if you're close to your friend, though, you're going to have to see that person often if they get close.
I ain't gonna talk to them.
Okay.
I don't have any problem being with people that I don't want to like see or
Yeah.
that I don't like. I have no problem. I have no problem being cordial with people I don't like,
Oh, yeah.
and
I do that all the time.
I have no problem being around them. So you can
I work with people.
bring them.
I have to be like,
Yeah, you can bring them around. I know. I love my friend, and I want my friend to be happy at the end of the day. And if this person who cheated on me, and probably cheating on them, makes them happy in this little time frame that they have right here until they get caught cheating on them, because I'm gonna say he's probably cheating on you, but then I'm all cool with it. Now here's where it'll get icky if my friend. Cause a lot of times friends want you to be close with their significant others.
yeah.
Like it won't be none of that. Like I'm not inviting your
on a
boyfriend
vacation.
anywhere. Now I'll invite you, and if that's your +1, whatever.
Y'all going to get your
But
own room. And, like, your
but
own
the invite won't ever come from me. Like, do you understand?
Yeah,
Like it'll never come from me,
Yeah.
and I will make it very clear to them, I did not invite you.
Yeah.
So you're not here with
So,
me.
like, you're only here because of my best friend.
Right, you are here with my best friend, so you need to go be with
My best friend.
my best friend.
Like, we are not getting close. We
Don't
are
be
not
up
friends.
in my face.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's rude, but some people think that's
I
rude.
mean,
I don't think that's
okay,
rude.
So I'm with you there. I don't think it's rude either. Like, I feel like I am nice enough to deal with you for my best friend. You should be happy with that.
Right,
You should be happy that you're even here.
right. Now, I know, well, a lot of times what they'll paint in the movies is that the ex will then try to reconcile the past mistakes.
Yeah. And show you that, oh, well, I'm treating your best friend this
Right.
way. And be like, no. Because that's only going to piss me off if you start doing that in front of me. Be like, trying to explain yourself. I'd be like, where was that when you were with me? No. You just,
Right.
y'all do y'all.
Right, you know how to explain yourself. And I'll be more than happy to give you forgiveness. I can do that. I'll forgive you all day. But that also doesn't mean that we're going to be buddy-buddy now.
Yeah. I get that. 100%.
So, okay, so we're both on the field of yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, are there constraints in that? Is there a time period? Like, is it okay after a month? Or is it okay as soon as I be like, girl, I'm done with him, and you be like, all right, boo, I'm jumping on that.
So, you're like, it's just fresh off the cooter. I think it depends on how long I was with the person.
Mm.
I think that's where my time frame would come from. So, like, if we were together for like 3 years, it was intimate, it was into it, we were fine. Like, I would need probably at least 3 to 6 months. I would need three to
Okay.
6 months because I need to not see him for that long
Mm-hmm.
to kind of like get myself like back in together and out in the full swing of things.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we were only together for like a year, it really wasn't serious. It was casual, and like I'm like, girl, next week. I mean, you want me to set it up? Here's his number. Like,
Go get him.
Like, the faster you go on a date with him, the faster he can get over me. So go ahead.
Go get him. Please. Please take him. No, I'm like next day. It's just, all right. Bye.
So no time frame, no like.
Right, I'm not with him.
Okay.
It's just I'm not with him. So you can't there's no way that my best friend is encroaching on it. And I respect my best friend for even saying that, I want your used to be man.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they might have said something while I was dating them.
Yeah.
To the lines of, you a good one.
Mm-hmm.
You got
Girl,
you a good one.
I'm jealous of that.
Right. And so I'd be like, bitch, if you want them.
He's up for grabs now.
Go get them.
But no, so wait. So wait a minute. So next day. Okay,
Next day.
Okay.
Go get them.
But what if does it change the scenario if he broke up with you?
Hmm?
No.
Still not with me.
Okay. All right. Just making it clear. So
Yeah, she's a matter of fact.
Now let me ask maybe a sideline question.
Mm.
What if the friend doesn't tell you and pursues him right after?
Yeah, see that might be a little different. I don't think I would be mad that they're pursuing them.
Yeah, I don't think I would. Just not tell.
I would be taken aback that they didn't tell me.
Yeah.
And then, because I would never want especially my good friends, to feel like they can't tell me anything.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell me good, bad, or indifferent. Like, tell me. Like, same thing with, like, people that go on Maury. Like, I would want to know if my best friend slept with my husband. I would want my best friend to tell me.
Yeah.
And I might be mad for a little bit. Or maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. It depends. Depends on the husband.
Yeah.
And how close we are. And where they did it at.
Was it in my bed?
I might be mad if it was like, bitch, Now you know I don't like nobody sleeping in my bed, bitch. You could have did it on the couch. We got these other rooms.
Yeah. The balcony.
Shit, the garage.
Patio.
Anywhere. Your house. Don't you have a house?
Yeah, so if my friend pursued someone that I was seeing and didn't tell me, I'd be a little taken by it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd be like irate level, but I'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with our friendship that you can't tell
right.
me? Like,
that's kind of like the lines of stuff that you say. Like, my good friends, I tell you, we talk about all kinds of shit. When I'm starting to talk to somebody, when I slept with them, when I smacked them on the head. I mean, we talk about all that shit. And so if that's our relationship, I would be like, well, why did you feel like you could tell me this?
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I feel like I've seen it.
Yeah. I mean, some people get scared, because some people get territorial.
Like, oh.
And I don't know why people get territorial over people anyway. You don't own nobody.
Yeah.
You're not entitled, huh? Oh, I like that. That was a word. I felt that in my spirit. You're not entitled to anyone. Oh, Jesus. Ooh.
Well, that's sort of like a conversation
That's
that
a good one. That's a word.
And Corey had, actually. So me and Corey, living together, it's been a big adjustment change for both of us. what have you. We get along super well and stuff like that. But then it comes to the point where I have not been in a situation where I've lived with someone that was single and like similar people I do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it felt like we were kind of going after the same people and stuff like that, and just claiming someone like dibs and stuff like that. Like we had a conversation, we're like, who are we? Like, so we dropped that because we're like, we came to that conclusion. It's
Right.
like, you can't claim the person. It's literally the person's decision on who they like. And
Right.
who they
It's a
don't.
human being. Like, no one isn't, like, you can't reserve it. You can't put it on a layaway.
It's not like a first edition truck that you have to put
Right.
a deposit on.
Right. So, like, I just honestly just don't believe that anyone is entitled to anyone. Entitled. You're not entitled. You're entitled to your feelings.
Yeah.
And you're entitled to certain things in a relationship. Honesty, security. Like, those are good things that you're entitled to. But I'm not entitled to, like, Tim. Like, I'm not entitled to him. It's all on Tim and whether or not Tim wants me.
Yeah.
And so, now I'm fortunate enough that me and my friends don't have similar taste in men.
I wish that was the case.
Yeah. So
I'm like that with most of my friends.
We've never actually bumped heads, but I know we've talked about it, and I'm on team made the best girl win.
Yeah. I like that.
Like, if we can talk to him at the same time, and I like that even more because then we catch him in his lies, huh? So, because they be lying. Mm-hmm. So, I would talk to her about what we doing, and then she would talk to me about what they doing, and then we would be like, oh, but that's not what he said. She'd be like, yeah, bitch, and I'd be like, yeah, bitch, he's lying.
All of that.
I
feel like.
But at the end of the day, it's really up to the other person. Maybe he's not feeling me as much as my friend, and I should not be jealous.
Yes.
I should not be jealous or hurt from the potential rejection.
Yeah. But so there's people out there that's just afraid of rejection.
Right. Period.
Like
yeah.
they're so scared of being rejected they don't even express their true feelings.
Right.
And so that to me is like that's unfortunate.
My hair coming out. Oh Lord.
For those type of people.
Yeah. But like I get it. Like rejection is hard.
It is hard, but I think I've gotten used to it.
Yeah, I mean it's like
sad, but I think I've gotten.
I mean, if you think about it, you're rejected every day.
Yeah.
You're rejected at work when shit happens that you didn't want, or you were going for a position and you didn't get it. You're rejected when you're looking for jobs all the time. Mm-hmm. You're applying for a house. I done got rejected so many times looking for a lender for a house. Like it's ridiculous. And they all have different criteria. Like it's never like the same. You could try to be like, let me get some constructive feedback of why you rejected me so I can improve that thing. But they're all like subjective, and so I think it's more so don't take rejection personally.
Yeah.
Like it's not
acknowledge it.
Right.
Yeah.
It is not an attack on you as a person.
Yeah, on your character.
Correct. Like it has no bearing on you as a person or your worth even. It is just that the synergy didn't work out in that particular whatever.
Yeah. So like acknowledge the rejection, but don't take it personally.
Right.
It's never personal.
Right.
I mean,
unless they say
like,
some personal ass
yeah.
shit.
I mean, unless they make it personal.
Unless they be like, nah, you fat ass bitch. Then we can fight. Let's fight.
Be like, okay, well, hold
all
on.
right.
Hold my one earring.
This fat bitch throw hands.
But no, so yeah, so okay, simple answer, yes, we're both on the same page of like dating. Like I'm the type of person that's like I have many connections with my friends that we've been with some of the same people, and or like if it's just a hookup or whatever, we'll talk about our hookups, and I'll be like, oh, it was so good, da 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 da, and then I was like, oh, I should try it. I was like, yeah, like I encourage you, like, yeah, do it. Tell me what you think about it, like.
Like two peas in a pod, and maybe we're the weird ones. I don't. Maybe we are the ones that are just like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, do it.
I am. Be like, well, you know, I'm weird. So I'll tell you a little weird story. I guess, like several years ago, probably like 10 years ago now. Like me and my best friend Alan lived together, and like I was dating this guy for a little bit of time, and like he was just so nagging me one day, and I was just like, oh my god. Because he was like, I'm trying to do something serious, and he was like trying to be all cute and stuff like that, and I'm like, I can't. I was like, go in there with Alan. Literally, sent my boyfriend into my best friend / roommate's room to go do something, and they did, and he got distracted, and I got finished what I needed to do. Like that's literally where I was at that point.
See,
but like
that works
it
out.
wasn't like they liked each other. It wasn't
Right.
like, it wasn't any of that. It was just like you helped me distract him.
Right. That's what friends are for.
I know. It's like, oh my god. But like, I don't know if I could do that now. Like if I was in a committed relationship, but like I wasn't really committed to him.
Right.
We were just sort of dating.
I think it would just depend on the boyfriend.
Yeah, we were
It
sort
depends
of
on the
dating
boyfriend and the
all that.
relationship and how, comfortable we are. Because I'm, like, I also am in the camp of just because he cheats doesn't mean that one, he doesn't love you, or two, that your relationship won't work out. But two depends on the relationships. Now I'm all about the rules. Yeah.
Yeah.
We set some expectations, and then let's talk about when those expectations are no longer feasible and no longer reasonable, or we might need to make some adjustments.
Yeah.
And I'm all about that. And it really, like, to me, as long as we're in the grounds of the rules that we set for the relationship, everything's fair game.
Yeah, and everything comes down to communication. So, like, if you communicate how you're feeling or what you're trying
Right.
to do and stuff like that, I mean, everything starts with a conversation.
Yeah.
I was like, some people have this notion of like, I'm just gonna go do,
Yeah, no.
and it's like, no, like, talked about
We'll
it.
talk about it.
And I was like, and I know that seems like so hard for a lot of people, but if you have a simple conversation about something, you'd be surprised of the results.
Right. You get to know where each person
Because
feels.
how you know I wasn't feeling the same way?
Yeah.
I'd be like, bet, let's go do it the same night.
Say
Like,
less. Say less.
it's like, oh, you thinking about doing this? I was too. So it's so funny how people get so like caught up on these like small things that make it into something monumental.
Yeah. Yeah. I say my best rule of thumb is that if you're not currently with somebody and your friend has texted them in whatever fashion, let that be okay.
Yeah.
You are no longer with them.
Yeah.
And if you're mad, you're still holding on to a relationship that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And why are you holding on? Let it go.
It's like if you ended it, be
End
done.
it. Right.
End
Be
it.
done. I also don't get the people that break up to make up.
Yeah.
And like, oh, I'm going to break up. Well, I'm breaking up with my boyfriend every week. Why?
It's the purpose.
Why do you even date him?
Yeah.
If you got to break up with him, why date him?
I mean, can't you just get in a fight and do the same thing? Like, I mean, like,
Right.
I don't know. Like, if you want that intense feeling, I mean, just have a little spat and then get it from the back. Like, I don't know. Like, I've never understood the people that break up and get back together either.
Yeah, I don't get it.
That's
Which,
like-
more and more, I feel like I'm probably polyamorous. That's probably going to be the relationship schema that works for me. Like, I will need multiple lovers.
See, I still can't go down that route in my head.
Think about the resources.
Well, I mean, I thought about it.
Think about the house we could live in
I mean, I get
if
that.
we had a quintuple income.
Gosh. You dating quintuplets?
Yeah, Sure. The
but
more the merrier.
yeah, I mean, hey. I mean, technically, if they all look the same, it's one person, right?
But like if they're identical, yeah. It's like twins.
I know.
You get 2 for 1.
I know. If you look the same, it's sleeping with the same person, right?
I absolutely would date twins. Like the both of them. Absolutely.
I mean, that could be a fantasy.
You're the same person. I feel like if I'm dating one and they have an identical twin, I'm automatically dating the second one.
You'd be like, hey, come on in.
Right, because you're the same person. Yeah.
Don't apologize open that door when we naked. Come on, get naked.
You know they have the same fingerprint. They're the same person.
Basically.
They're like the physical
Clones.
representation of Gemini.
But yeah, so that being said, like, well, I haven't had any exes, so.
I only have one. They're not attractive. So
There you go. So I guess that we ain't gotta worry about y'all dating anyone our exes.
they are not attractive right now. I find them. They are a they are a unique specimen.
Oh, okay. A unique specimen. It's almost like when me and my friends go to the mountains and something like that. Oh, he's mountain cute.
Yeah, yeah. They are. They use they them pronouns. They are a special snowflake, and I think that's what I found attractive. Against every mold.
You're like breaking all the molds.
Every mold.
Well, I don't know. Like, I want to be in a relationship, but I want it to be the right relationship.
Yeah.
And, you know, you talk about having the boundaries of a relationship. Of course, yeah, that needs to be, like, put down at first, whatever. But when you're done with somebody, just, you know, if you're the one breaking up with someone, you've already planned it. You've already thought about it. You've already been through the pros and cons. You've done all this work. So when you finally say the words, then it should just be a release of that person. And then if your friend wants to get up on it and ride it like you once did, let them.
Give them tips.
I mean, tell them what they like.
Tell them what to do. I want you to have an enjoyable experience.
Yeah, like I don't.
Be forewarned, they come early.
we as humans are like, we don't have like time to waste.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, life is so short. Like, and you know, people like break. You know, they end long-standing relationships over this shit. I had already cussed up, right? Okay, great. All right. I didn't know. Sometimes, shut up. They was judging me. You was judging me. Anyway, yeah. So like, I just don't think exes are ever big enough to end a years, decades long connection that you have with someone.
Yeah.
Like it's just not. It's not big enough. This is the reason. Another reason why I'll never fight over a man, with anybody that I'm close to. Same. Like if it came down to it, if you want them, have them. Yeah,
and if it's that important to you,
right? I'll back off.
You're putting up more fight than I am, and so there you go.
You ain't even got to worry about it. Like
it's yours.
It's yours.
Well, I wanna. So there's another scenario I just thought of.
Okay.
So the other scenario is that you're with this person, but your friend is always there. Like, always there.
You're in a throuple.
And is on your man all the time while you're together with him. And then y'all break up, and then immediately they're together with each other. How does that make you feel? Like, do you think they were doing stuff already?
Oh, they were absolutely doing something. Yeah. They were absolutely doing something already. And I absolutely would have already addressed it. Yeah. And addressed it as in, I noticed that you're on my man a lot. Do you like him?
No,
yeah, no, I mean like just cut all the bullshit.
I'm just being friends.
Do you like him? And it's fine if you do.
Yeah.
But again, you should. I would be like, you should tell me, and then.
I think we are more aware of what's going on around us that we like to be on to be truthful with.
Right.
Like I feel like I notice things all the time. Now, sometimes it's not my place to say anything because it's not my business.
Right. We be staying in our lane.
I know. So I'm like,
Sometimes.
I'd be like, I've paid attention. I know what's happening, but I will let you know how long I've known when you come to me with it finally. And I'll be like, well, yeah, girl, I saw when he was doing like I pay attention to a lot of things that go on, and it's like I think we all do. It's just we just ignore it because it's either the convenience or it's the comfort that we are afraid to lose.
Right.
And it's we all those other things go into it, and that's sort of like my mom. So my mom is like. So this is what my grandmother, my aunt, everyone's told me about my mom. Like she's not like that now, ever since her 2 heart attacks. But she, and even like growing up, I recognized this at an early age. My mom could not be single. She's not good at being single. She's never been good at single. Like my aunt said, even when like she got old enough to have a boyfriend, it's like she had a boyfriend after a boyfriend. There was no lapse of time in between. And so she's the type of person that she needs that affection and she needs that love. So the last person, she was never married to my dad or my sister's dad. But the last man that she was with, like he was in the church. And so like, for them to have sex, they got married. They didn't get married for love. They got married because the church said you should be married before you have sex. Wow. And my mom was a pure old slut before this. So I don't know why she did that, but whatever. But she chose to be with a man that did not love her just because she wanted to be with someone. And it was like, it was a very loveless marriage. Like, and it's like, people will do things to not deal with being lonely, to not deal with the, like for me, okay, let's switch it back to me. I hate dating. Like, with a passion.
So much.
I hate dating. And so like, I'm like, I was talking about this the other day on the boat with a couple friends. It's a newbie that's on my team, whatever. And like, I was sitting there talking about how all of my relationships that I've ever been in started as a one-night stand. And it was only because I guess something happened after we had sex that we had a conversation and it was okay. And then we just kind of started having sex more and we had more conversations. That was fine. But me going on a date, it's like I cannot be myself. Like I honestly just like internalize like all these fears that I have about saying the wrong thing, not saying enough, like how do I look, I put too much stress on myself when I go on a date. And then it never goes anywhere. So like, I understand, like, once you're in a relationship, how you want to cling on to it.
No.
Because my ass, I don't know. Whoever gets me next, whoever decides to be in a relationship with me, just let you know, it's going to be till I die. So, I'm going to say. That's where I'm at. But no, so let's go back to the real topic. So have you ever wanted to talk to some of your friends' exes?
No. Only because we don't have the same taste in men.
Gotcha.
And a lot of my friends that are dating date dumb people. Yeah, I don't quite understand it, but
Do they
different,
date dumb people
different
to like
strokes for.
control them, or
I don't know. I think it's. If you ask me, and I'm not a psychologist by any means,
neither?
but I think it comes down to self-esteem and the lack of ability to self-validate. So their validation of self, their validation of worth is always coming from an outside source. And that outside source is whoever these jokers are that they pick up on the street or through Bumble or Tinder or whatever. And the red flags are there. They see the red flags, but they get this validation because these people, they call them pretty. They call them beautiful. They need them. They text them. And it starts this, in my mind, it's the precursor to toxic codependence.
Yeah.
And it's not really fulfilling, which is why none of the relationships last. And so anytime, I hear that they're in a new one, I'm like, oh, okay. And in my mind, I'm like, 3 months. And then it'll be over. Except for this last one has lasted for a minute. And I actually like him. I don't think he's stupid. I think he's a very cute little young thing. But it's very young.
Someone told me today I need to find me a young one to train him to be with me.
It's a lot of work. A lot of work. It's a lot of work to train. You got to buy positive reinforcements.
I know, but at this point, I can't find somebody that's already established. So I'm like,
yeah, I know.
I gotta
I'm
step
thinking
outside my
about.
comfort zone here.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm thinking about like, what am I doing wrong? Because I'm obviously not doing something right.
Yeah.
Or
is everyone else wrong?
I'm doing right. Or I'm really doing everything right, and no one can meet my standard.
That could be possible. Well, I randomly I was with two straight guys earlier. I picked them up to come to my dealership, and we were just randomly talking about. So he was asking me, he's like, "You have a boyfriend yet?" I was like, "No." Single 8 years. And I was like, he was like, "Well, what about the blah blah blah?" Like talking about someone he knew, and I was like, "Yeah, that is right. He was with somebody, and then they broke up. Then he was with someone else." And then I thought to myself, I was like, "Fuck, he was a slut." I was like, and then I thought about someone else, and I was like, "He's a slut and has a boyfriend." And then I said out loud, I said, "Should I just be a slut? Is that how I get a boyfriend? Like, am I not slutty enough?"
I don't know what the secret sauce is. Like,
there's something out there that we're not.
I don't know.
Into.
I also know I reject 10 out of 10 guys that approach me.
Well, at least you have approachment. Like, I don't even have that.
It's 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I will reject you.
But I also don't ever know when someone's flirting with me.
You are oblivious.
So I don't.
You are oblivious.
I never catch on to.
In a social setting, if we're in like a social event, you are just.
I never pick up on it.
Gosh, and it happens all the time.
Don't tell me that, because like now I'm sitting here like, when did it happen?
No, I tell you then. I tell you the night of.
I know.
And then you're like, no.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
No. What?
You what?
What? Well, where did they go? Yeah. Or here's my favorite. Well, girl, why didn't you say something?
That's it. That's the phrase.
That's my favorite.
That's the phrase.
That's my favorite.
Put it on my pillow or something. Where did he go?
Right. And then now we're looking for him. We're now stalking.
And I never find him.
We never find him.
Except that one night we did find him. And then, like, he gave me his number. He was like, "I don't live here, but I'd like to meet up." Before I was like, we didn't meet up. But, now I just saw on Facebook yesterday he got married. So I was like, oh, God. Oh, gosh. So, COVID, COVID relationship turned into marriage.
Yeah.
COVID marriages.
And maybe that's the other thing. Because I don't want my relationship to start with sex. Like, I don't want it to start like that.
I don't want it to, but because I can't go on a date.
But I also want to have sex. I want to have sex.
I think for me, like, having sex already breaks down all my barriers that I hold up.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, we can only go up from there. Like, that's literally how I look at it. It's like, the sex was decent. Like, we can go up from here. But, you know, going on a date is too much pressure for me. Like, getting in bed, like, because I know what I'm good at.
I wonder if other people feel the same way. And maybe that's why it's so hard to date here.
Maybe.
People don't want to go on conventional dates.
Yeah.
Well, let's not call it that then. Let's just meet up for beer. All I know is you are, for the people out there that are interested in me, huh? Okay, I'm talking to you. I want to suck your dick. Like, I want to do that. On day one. I'm just not going to do it on day one. But take me to give me a drink. That's all I ask. Let's get a drink. Let's have some conversation. We don't even have to talk about much. We can talk about the weather in your job and why you like this particular ball. And then just the minimum. That's all I need is the minimum. And I will give you the wettest, loudest, glove, 3,000. I'm talking about a double twisty, vacuum seal slob. I should record that. That is the ad. That is now my ad on Hinge. I'm gonna put it on Hinge.
That's funny. Well, I'm like you, I think, in similar ways. Like, I want to have sex with you, but I don't want to do that to begin with.
Right.
Like, if I go on a date with you and you don't find me weird, and you want to go on a second date, the reason I try to have sex with you on the first night is because I actually have interest in you. I'm that weird person that if I have interest in you, I don't want to have sex with you yet. But if I know nothing's going to happen, but you're hot enough or whatever, or I'm attracted to you enough that I want to have sex, like, then I'll have sex the first night. But, like, you know, if I have interest, I don't. It's pretty backwards, probably. But
Yeah, I don't know. It's really like 50-50. But I really don't want to start a relationship with sex. So I need there to be something else first.
yeah, some kind of
Something else. An activity.
some type of connection other than the other connection.
Right. Right. And then because I want to think about having sex with you. Like, I think that's hot. Like, that's hot to me. Like, I want to think about having sex with you and not having sex with you.
That freaks me out.
No, I don't want to think about it.
I don't.
I want to guess how big your penis is. And I want to guess what you smell like.
I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid of that.
Yeah.
I worked through it, but I'm afraid of that. Because I was with somebody a couple years ago. We're casually seeing each other. I actually got through a successful date. And was going through a couple more dates after that. It was great, whatever, hang out. The first time he spends the night at my house and like we're laying in bed together and like we're just touching each other, kissing, whatever. And then like I wasn't happy.
Oh.
And I was like,
Oh, no.
But then my mind immediately went to, I done wasted all this time. Like, literally what started going through my head. Like, I done wasted all this time and energy with this motherfucker, and now I'm like disappointed. I'm like, ugh, it's fine. That's why I don't understand how these people wait till marriage, because I say I do, and then I jump on it and I don't feel it. What am I gonna do? It ain't gonna be I do. I'm gonna be I do myself every night because I can't.
So then that brings up that's a good important question, is how important is sex in the relationship?
So, for me, if you're a versatile person and you're terrible at topping, I mean, I already want to be a top all the time, so I'm great. You're a bottom, bitch. And, like, but, you know, if you're not versed and you're strictly top, like, you need to be good at it. Like, you need to be, like, I don't want to feel like I'm missing out on something after you get done with me.
Yeah. But I feel like even
And-
if you're bad
And then
at
if you're
sex,
a complete bottom, there's another one. And if you're a complete bottom, like, I need you not to be lazy.
pillow princess.
So, like, yeah, I'm gonna need you to, you know, even though you're a bottom, I'm gonna need you to sometimes get on top and ride daddy, because I'm not trying to fucking do all the work. I was like, yeah, I'm trying to get these abs and try to get this, you know, all this body worked out, but, like, you can work on it too.
Ah.
Sorry. Go ahead. But in an ideal situation, I prefer you to be reversed. Go ahead.
I mean, like, apart from sexual activity, I feel like even if it's bad, if the relationship doesn't start with sex, then I can fix sex. Like, I can fix it. Like, I don't. Anything that you're not doing to me that I want you to do, I can communicate that you can get better. If it is a term of physicality, there's a physicality limitation. There are. I mean, I also don't mind toys. Like, I don't mind toys at all. And I think it's hot when couples play with toys together.
Oh, I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you.
So I mean, like, I can always fix sex, but I would want there would have to be a strong connection first.
Okay.
Because if there isn't, and your sex is bad,
Well,
we ain't got nothing else. We ain't got nothing else.
I'm just going to say my little story from my previous experience is that I met this guy, things hit off well, we had a good conversation, we went out to dinners, we did all these things, and then we got that connection that you're talking about, and then decided to have sex, and he was a complete top.
Good.
And he didn't know what the hell he was doing.
Oh damn.
At all. And he was the personality type that didn't take any feedback. So it was like I was stuck with what I got. And I was like,
Yeah, that ain't gonna work.
That's why when you said I can fix sex, I was like, I don't know. Some people can't be fixed with that. Because he was so adamant, like, I know what I'm doing, it's just your hole. What? This hole has snatched condoms off, so it ain't my hole, baby.
You know, that is so fun. Don't blame me. Don't blame me because you don't know how to navigate your boat. Don't blame me.
Baby, it was more like a canoe. It ain't no damn boat.
Oh, damn. Damn.
Oh, she was a paddle boat. I don't know. Girl, I need a ship. But yeah.
But that'll be the telltale sign. And you got to be receptive to feedback.
Yeah, he was not.
Because I would always want, and I also don't get that. I don't get people that get with people and not want the other person to have the time of their lives.
Yeah.
Like, I want.
Don't be selfish in bed when
Yeah,
you're in a
like my
relationship.
goal, if we're
you're
gonna
hooking up with someone, you can be selfish.
my goal is to, even if I'm hooking up, well,
I mean,
Well.
there's caveats.
yeah, there are.
Yeah.
yeah, they are. But like my goal, generally speaking, is for me to blow your mind. Like I want you to be stuck on me afterwards.
No.
Like I want you to always think about that shit,
Yeah.
even if I never touch you again.
There's some people I've had sex with, and I'm like, I still remember it. Like I reference them
Yeah,
as a reference point. Like
sex with me is an experience.
sex with me, so amazing.
Oh.
Okay. Anyways,
What was that?
I don't know.
Was that a reflection?
I mean, I was thinking back on those top 5. Baby.
Ooh.
Well, do you have anything more to add to the topic?
No, I don't. Just Don't be hung up on people. I think the biggest takeaway here is that you are not entitled to people.
You can't claim people.
In any context, you're just not entitled.
And don't say you're done with someone if you're not done with someone.
Correct.
I said because that's where the confusion happens with most people. They pretend that they're done, and then all of a sudden, your friends start sneaking in with them, and then you get mad about it.
Right.
Don't say you're done if you ain't done.
Correct.
And that's the message today. Well, like we say every other week, we're not.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what's happening. We are busy people. Okay. We are not like any other creators that don't have jobs and just create videos all the time and can do all of this.
Would we like to get to that point? Yes. Where we have money coming in and we can
love to have money coming in.
Yes.
Do not want this to be the only thing I do, but
oh yeah, well no.
But we also have like many things that we do outside of this. I have
so many social things.
Yeah,
so many,
we're both socialites.
I have 3 sports that I'm captaining
doing sports
right now.
I run a nonprofit.
We're busy.
We're opening back up.
So bear with us. If you don't see us one week, blink. You'll see us again the next.
Right.
So, all right. So, like we say on the end of every show, I'm Brock.
I'm Rafiq.
This has been Conversippin.
And we believe in you, believing in us, believing in you.
So go out and
conversate with your besties. I know I drank it all. I was thirsty. Okay. Ooh, I dripped a little bit.
Oh, drip, drip. Can't caught me drip, drip. Can't be drip, drip, drip.